chess at its finest. Or, maybe. Let's do a 5-2. See what happens. A well-rated player. Strange. This line shouldn't work at all. Correct? Am I not mistaken? Doesn't this lose material right off the bat? Yeah, this loses material. I'm sorry for you, buddy. I got 99 problems, but your opening is definitely one of them. Well, the way out of losing the rook is to something else besides that. Definitely not that. Okay. Can I get away with this? Let's give it a shot. Yay! 5 blitz for the win. Let's review that game, because it was so quick. This is a great example of why you should be afraid of trying to defend the gain pawn in the Queen's Gambit. So the Queen Gambit starts off as such, d4, e5, c4. Now, the goal of this is to undermine Black's central pawn with one of your adjacent central pawns, the c-file. Now, what will typically happen is Black will take, as we'll see here, just go along with the game. And one of the potential moves is Queen a4, but I decided to play a little bit safer here and go with e3, attacking this pawn and provoking my opponent to defend with the very simple b5. And now, if you're willing to play the line, not a lot of people see this coming, and so it could mean some easy wins for you if you like the line. Now you play a4. And what this pawn does is it means that he has to find another defender. And if he uses the a pawn, well, a takes b, and a takes b, and now the rooks are connected, and you can simply win the rook that way. Or if he defends more commonly with c6, as he does here, then you're more likely to have the play of b takes c5, I'm sorry, a takes b, c takes b, and now queen f3. And this attacks the rook, and also highlights this easily threatened square. Now granted, Black has managed to hold on to their pawn. Right now material is even. We count up the pawns, we got 5 here in the chain, plus here, and he's actually a pawn up in this scenario. My apologies. The problem is defending this open rook. Now he can choose a number of defenses. He could play the rudimentary, let's say, bishop b7, and that looks good until the queen takes the bishop. That's a free bishop. No problems from Black there. are no problems for white. They're very happy to get the bishop, and they're still threatening to grab that pawn back and be a whole piece up, and even on pawns. Uh, the other option for defense is knight to c6. Now, knight to c6 does save the rook, because after the knight comes out, queen takes knight to c6, check, bishop d7, and that will connect the queen and the rook while attacking the queen, white's queen, on c6, minus the knight here. So you're left with a kind of an interesting scenario. So I'll throw that at you, and hope maybe that you learned something from this game. Perhaps, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But it's a very interesting line to play, and we'll just go over that real quick in hindsight. I'm not sure. I think he was trying to trap my queen here, because after queen takes rook, he thought he had a trap, but that disconnects the queen from the knight. There's no protector there, and it just kind of goes downhill. And of course, black resigns here, down, for lack of a better term, shit tons of material. It's an unfortunate outcome, because black did have a way to keep playing just a piece down, and with some developed pawns, it could be worse, could be better. You're forcing white to push around their queen quite a bit without developing much of their king side. And you can fight for control on the queen side and even still safely castle your king, put him in a nice hideaway, and you have a potential pass pawn here if you can ever deal with the b pawn. So, I don't know. It's an interesting line, and I recommend you check it out if you like fun chess. Alright, time for a new 5-2, but we'll stop this broadcast real quick, and that way we can easily